Hi, in this video I'm gonna talk a little about how we are gonna build our chatbot. Not the code itself, but more how we are gonna store it in a repository up in GitHub and how the solution is set up. So for this, I've made a free and open source repo up on GitHub. You can grab it at this link or scan this QR code in order to get to it. And in there will be issues. Here's some of the things I've already put up that I want to include in this series. So often it will be that I will implement one of these issues, and it will end up being a video about the system. In terms of what you get if you go and grab the repo, for now it is only a Blazor server, but later on there will be multiple folders here with various different things for the various front ends and back ends as we go along. But as it's Blazor server here in this, there's only this one that takes care of it. But because we will have multiple front ends and multiple back ends, I put this into .NET Aspire. So we have an app host and we have the normal Surface default, so we can host the things. And we're actually going to use them actively. So we could have put everything up in Blazor server and just had that one. But what I'm doing is in app host, I'm asking for the various parameters. So for Azure OpenAI endpoints and keys and so on. So if you're gonna along, you need to get the various keys. If that's a problem, sound off in the comments. I will find a way to make it so we don't need every single one of them if need be. But then we're gonna set up the various projects. In this case, we're setting up the Blazor server only project here as normal Aspire setup. And then in service defaults, we are doing the baseline things that all the different backends are gonna use. So we're using the agent framework through my toolkit that I have. So we can spin up an agent factory. So everything in the dependency injection that needs to go across the various different backends that we're gonna build. We'll probably build at least two, the Blazor server itself and a minimal API backend for the various other front ends. So we're keeping it here so it's easy for us to keep it centralized like Aspire is meant to be. So we're setting up the agent framework initialization here, and we're setting up the OpenWeatherMap because we're going to use some tools from OpenWeatherMap to have as our test tools as we go along. More things might come here as the various different backends need to have them shared. So behind the scenes, when you run it for the first time at this recording, there will only be one resource, that will be the Blazor server. But later on in the series, more and more will come here. And over in the resources, you also have the parameters, so you can switch to the parameter list and key in your features. If you don't have them put in, it will show a little button say enter missing values, and you can put them in. Behind the scenes, they're just stored in user secrets like normal. So now I think we're ready to move on to the first baseline, which is our Blazor server.